you know, throwing the AWP around, seeing who's more comfortable with it. Won't make a difference if they can't get running, though. If they can't hit the ground running. I hate to do that.
Rolling.
I hate it. Rolling.
Rocking and rolling.
If we row, mate. Anyway, MVP starting out on the CT side. Generally, Overpass does lean to more CT-sided plays, and definitely true for MVP. They feel a lot more comfortable on USPs, but United making a lot of noise at this point. Going to be heading down for Sewers control.
Yeah, MVP with the retake set up here at B. Zeta boosted up and ready for a push up short, but eUnited not committing either way just yet, just waiting to try to bait out some aggression, and that's just what's happening. You see Zion looking for as much information as possible as he heads all the way around to Fountain. But this is just the worst possible timing as MVP. They had 3 men there with essentially a crossfire on long bathrooms, but now no one's going to be spotted except for Zion there with that aggression shut down as Cooper's there at the ready with the P250. Zeph can't get too much damage done there as eUnited are now committing to the A side. All the way up they go. Zeph with the USB is going to be looking the wrong direction. It's Marky who gets the entry there at A, and now it's Zeta, Stax, and HSK to try to play for the retake.
You've got to try to isolate these fights somehow, and HSK, I'm not sure what HSK is doing at this point. Looking here, there, and everywhere. Crosshair not really showing us like he was ready for it, but contact being made. The Moose with the double stack, in fact. Stax takes a dink, and that should pretty much be the round done and dusted. They could possibly do some further damage, but again, at this point, it's a pistol round. It's not going to be enough. Stax finds a diamond in amongst the rough, I guess, but apart from that, eUnited, they'll pick up the first, and now they can start to get that ball rolling.
I love a bit of boost moose. It's my favourite thing. A little bit of moose up on the boost. Anyway, here into the second MVP. They are going to go for the force again. So, look, I don't want to tell them how to play, but I don't think it's the right idea. Although it has worked so many times today in every game we've watched. If the force comes out on the second round, a lot of the time it converts into a round going the other way. But we'll see if eUnited are ready. They seem to be, as Zeph gets his head completely ripped off. Vanity as well, throwing a bit of utility, given a second opportunity. Zeta can't connect with the Deagle, looking for more Vanity. He's just cracking open that B site, and Cooper shuts out the round as Zion falls down, coming out of connector, but he can't connect too many things together, as that's 2 in a row for eUnited.
Nah, all that damage done to eUnited then were on the back of those nades coming in deep, and that's smart from eUnited not to give MVP those fights, because a lot of the time, the problem is when you actually give them the time to set up on a force buy, you know? Like, you see the scouts get into position, the Deagles are there for the trade damage, and it's just like, it's a really awkward situation. And at the same time, it is risky to go fast. You're met with all those nades, and I mean, that could have gone completely haywire had MVP had hit a couple of shots with those Deagles. eUnited were already low. But it doesn't really make a difference at the end of the day for the fact that, you know, they come back out on top. And MVP, they're pretty much going to back it up on a 5-stack across towards Sewers. Cooper has no idea what he's about to expect. They just go one by one. Eventually, Stax is the only to remain, and he might be able to find the kill on the Ward Moose. They've got no idea that he... Oh, what?
Well, you know, you can't really jump... Like, Mach 10, mid-air accuracy is better than most, but unfortunately it's not going to work too well, and Stax has no idea that Moose is here lurking with his horns straight out. And he will connect, putting the third on the board for eUnited on the T side already, so off to a rip-roaring start. But MVP, they took the gamble, it almost paid off, they got some damage done, and I guess that was best-case scenario. But now, here in the fourth, they are able to finally buy up, and they're going for the double AWP setup straight away, one of which is the glass cannon on HSK. So, we'll see what eUnited can do to deal with this, see if they can get past the big boomy sticks, one of which is going to go down to B, and one at long up on the flower bed.
Early utility being thrown out by MVP. This might be something to keep your eyes on. If they continue to use those Molotovs nice and early, it might actually allow eUnited a bit more of a free passage on toward those sites later on. And something that we saw, especially on the T side of Train, was MVP's eagerness to get that utility out and get into the right position. So maybe something to work with. And look at that from Stax. Just going to be missing the sight from Marky as he made his way back in towards Silwa. Hits the shot onto Cooper, though, waiting perfectly, in fact, as Zeph now tries to take the fight. Unfortunately, completely blind by Moose's flash. Stax now looking for somewhat of a trade. He will be able to give the information. Had he have stuck around for a second longer, that would have been a nice shot. But Zeta up on top. Can't deny the bomb plant. And Moose, can he pick up some pieces? No, he cannot. Stacks is there. And a very nice hold / retake, I guess, from MVP in the end.
Yeah, and not losing either of those AWPs as well, so the economy going to take a significant boost as we head further into the half. MVP finally getting a round on the board. And looking at the economy there for eUnited, there's plenty of money for someone to drop an AK there for Cooper, and everyone should be, happy, rip-roaring, ready to go. But we are going to see attack pause coming out. eUnited still with the lead, so as long as they can get a few more rounds on the board, they should be right going into the second half, but this is all theoretical at the moment as MVP could still string a fair few rounds together. That was very nice on the retake by them, only losing one rifle for the round, and, they really need to manage the economy considering they are on the CT side, so making all the right choices so far. But eUnited, they need to do the same.
Must admit, a cool little stat for me for eUnited is the fact that they're really comfortable on both T and CT side on Overpass. You don't generally see that from most teams. It's generally, more toward the CT, but they're actually just favored toward T. So this is a very dangerous map for MVP to be playing with, especially when, you know that they're going to have a comfortable T, but then at the same time their CT can be just as dangerous. So it's a hit and miss at this point and could do could play some mind games with MVP, but they're obviously not really going to be looking at that just yet when they've still got a hell of a lot of rounds to get through. We're only into round 5, and a solid start though. We've seen it back and forth. eUnited have made do with their earlier plays. Nice fast contact, showing that they can slow it down, but MVP also showing that they've got what it's worth. So, it's a nice double-sided coin for us at this point because, again, elim matches always bring out the best and the worst.
Usually. I was going to say the best of mouse sports was definitely shown before, not so much. You can't say the same about boot.
Yeah.
Kicking
the best of
themselves.
mouse, the worst of boot.
That's it. But now here we are. A quick tech pause has been finished. Zeph is back in the server and ready to go. Although, look at that Vanity all the way up short, almost on the B site. And Zeph is going to shut him down, punishing him for the dry push there. And that's going to be the two-man advantage. So MVP, everything working out for them so far as the spam through the smoke is there for food, but no one connecting. Moose as well looking to make his way through Monster. Flash comes out. Moose goes in. Just clears the close angles and he will fall back at the moment. Trying to bait out aggression, but MVP, look at this. The discipline really, really good from them. Just staying nice and passive. Everyone on sites looking for those fast rotations as well. So generally a good way to play Overpass. Giving up a lot of map control, but the risk will equal reward, especially with the two-man advantage. So United running out of time, but only Moose running out of utility, as he is just going to be lurking out of Monster. There are other players coming in with him as well. It's going to be Marky looking to trade it out. Oh, the boost over the smoke.
Oh,
this
like
is
that.
nice. Unfortunately, they're not going to find a thing. They might have actually found Zeph, but they are just going to run into his crosshair instead. So great hold from the CT so far. 1v5 now as Zeta finds food. So Marky, consolation frag at the end, and 4 rifles alive again, 2 of which are AWPs for MVP, so making it work for the CTs.
Touching on what you were saying before about, like how structured they are when they find the openings. Sometimes you see maybe a CT side go a little bit too aggressive after finding those picks, and not MVP at this point. United pulling out some of their own kind of strategies and little loopholes, but it's not really working just yet. It's ever since MVP were able to buy properly, it's been a little bit precarious, I will say that much, but smoke now. Dropped, and I believe that hit Marky's foot, so Stacks would have been able to heard that. The information has been given, but Marky just going to be missing the shot with the Deagle. And just a low buy for eUnited. Don't really want to put too much on this for them. Just about the damage.
Damage is going to be done, but for MVP instead, although Vanity gets a second opportunity. It's going to be food through the smoke with the scout to take the head off of HSK, and that's an AWP retrievable now for eUnited. They still haven't got the bomb down just yet. Very aggressive play from Zeta. Solo up at A. No one to help him out, so it's back to the man advantage for eUnited. They found themselves an AWP and an M4, but the bomb is very far away. Still heaps of time remaining in the round. Ooh, Vanity spotting the scope, looking for the wall bang. Oh, he's going to get it eventually. And there you go, the AWP in the hands of more than half of eUnited. It is very, very deadly. It stacks, look at that, there's the timing, brings it to the 1v2, knows that the bomb is definitely not on the A site, but does he opt to save or does he go for it? The other two Ts remaining, no armor, and both less than half HP. No, he's just going for the save, making sure that none of these AWPs can be saved but for him.
I'm intrigued that he hasn't gone for that. Obviously, he doesn't know what weaponry eUnited has. He doesn't know the positioning. They've had plenty of time to set a post plan.
It's also the fact that only stacks can't buy next round. So if everyone else saves, if they do keep this AWP alive, then, you know, there is going to be a full buy heading on in to the 7th.
It's something that they definitely need to be, you know, kind of keeping in touch with, but what a round from eUnited, you know. That was a low buy. It was, I don't believe, armor on any of the members from eUnited. There was a scout and a handful of pistols in play there, and by goodness, they've made it work, an absolute treat. And so with that, eUnited will pick up a 4th on their T side, and you know, this is kind of like a train. It's not obviously as favoured toward the CT side, but you know, you get off to a good start on your T. When you head over, it does tend to be a better CT side. So, a great start for eUnited.
Oh, but are they aware that HSK is getting aggressive? Definitely not. Food reacted, but a little bit too late. And unfortunately there, we are going to see Cooper fall as well. So eUnited in a very rough position. 2-man advantage again for MVP. And I don't think that they've lost from this position so far. So, short control in the hands of eUnited. Potential bit of miscommunication there as Moose was still looking into short. Just making sure everything under the fence there was cleared down in the water. Moose will be smoked off for the time being. Plenty of utility as eUnited look like they are going to go for a hit towards the B site. Stacks hitting the trigger. And he will find Moose eventually. Nice trade going through the smoke. Oh! Look at this ring around the rosy, but it's going to be Vanity coming out on top with the 2K. He takes Stacks down as well, and all of a sudden they have the 2-man advantage, but now it's a 2v2.
Yeah, all just completely gone missing there. Marky's going to find the shot on design. At least HSK gets the information, but here's with a hard-scoped AWP, and eUnited win that with a 2-man deficit. They still managed to bring it back, so questions have to be asked for MVP at that point. It was looking so good. They were in great positions, but just not hitting the shots when it counted most.
I love that you called it a hard scope. I haven't heard that since like Modern Warfare 2, mate.
Hard scoped? What do you call it?
What do you mean?
If someone's scoped like that walking, what do you call it?
No, an AWP shot?
No, but he didn't
correctly using the sniper rifle?
He's walking up with a hard scope.
Pre-scoped. Pre-scoped. What do you mean?
I feel like a pre-scope is a peak that comes through. That bloke was hard scoped back from like ABC.
Look, you can talk terminology, but I'm talking toes over here. A little bit of foot going to be shown over towards short there. As eUnited, they've got the 3-round lead now off the back of a huge play down on the B site. To MVP, the economy not in a good way. They will be able to buy into the next, but this round you've got a Deagle, a CZ, 3 USPs, and eUnited just looking to push in together and get as much damage done as possible on the B side.
Stacks actually backs away immediately. The Molotov comes over the top. He'll be given the information. If he can find a shot or two here, he might be lucky, but misses all the openings, and well, with that recoil time and the reset that's needed, not exactly, oh my word, that's bowling, Shane, I'll tell you that much. Zion tries to push on through, it's not working out. Cooper hits the shot on the player coming through from sewers, and that should be done and dusted. eUnited will find a 6th, but it's all relative to the fact that they don't somehow completely cake this. They couldn't manage a world in which they do, and they don't. So that's going to be a 4-round deficit at the moment, with MVP now being able to buy into the 9th.
Yeah, well played anti-eco there. eUnited not losing a single weapon, which is really great for their economy, considering that they've now got 6 on the T side of Overpass. If they can get to, 9 or 10, then I feel like they've 100% won the map. But we'll see. MVP, they apparently win the majority of their rounds on the CT side. And at the moment, there's still the chance for the majority, but they really need to pick up the pieces and put them together because they've only got 2 on the board, even though there's been a few rounds that have looked closer than that. So eUnited going for the very aggressive short control early on, extinguishing the Molotov. More utility baited there by from MVP as well. Over towards short to the B site. Not a lot of util left, and with the flash, they are going to try to clear short, but eUnited all hiding behind the cover. So no one spotted. And MVP might actually send Zeta back up towards the A site, but here we are, the 2-man push over towards long, just looking for that information for MVP as well. But there's nothing there except the information. So that could cause a stack down to B. Time will tell, as Cooper, he's trying to open up with the AWP, already taking 60 points of damage. And Zeph just playing close on the ramp as well. So we have seen that rotation from Zeta up towards the A site, just spotting from jump up as well. Stacks jiggling, covering Zeph's flank, and here comes the execute. Although, no, they've just cleared close.
Yep. Yeah, but that smoke coming back through, that is a very gamer-like smoke from CT again. And that takes away all of eUnited's early aggression that they got. Yes, Vanity has made his way all the way up onto site, but MVP are stacked. They're all stacked across toward B right now, and eUnited might not have the time to pull back across, but the flank will be coming in. Marky goes in. Whoa, my word, what a shot to open things up. Food finds the trade on the stacks. They're opening up the site left, right, and center. The bomb's been dropped in the open, and Zeph can actually win this right now because Vanity's so low, he's going to be forced to save this. He can't possibly win this. Surely not. The lines are being held. He realizes and cuts his losses, grabs the AWP, and backs away to ABC, back to Maze. So he'll be safe for now. But that's a nice round from MVP. A very strong call to stack that B-bomb site.
Yeah, look, Vanity could have been the X factor in that round. Unfortunately for eUnited, he just acted that little bit too late.
Yep.
The tiniest bit too late. Everyone was dead by the time he made that flank happen. So he thought he could have caught off some rotation, someone coming passively through A, but he was just too late. So very unfortunate there as MVP just making all the right decisions there in the 9th round. And eUnited still leading by 3, but their economy could be in a better way. Same could be said for MVP, though.
And that's the silver lining for both of these teams right now, is it's, no one's economy is really set. No one's got a firm grip on this game, which is good and bad. It means that we're probably going to see a handful of rounds that just continue to swing back and forth, the seesaw in which we kind of talk about so much. But look at this from Vanity. He's pushed all the way up toward the smoke. He thought about going through it for a second, but waits for it to dissipate. If Zine goes for that peak right now, as Vanity could open this side up single-handedly, he will be able to spot out. HSK finds the kill, but Zine's so close. The trade comes in immediately. And all is well and good for MVP right now. But look at eUnited. They are storming onto our A bomb site, and they are going with speed.
Yeah, that staggered push towards A. It hasn't drawn out any rotations. 2 men so invested towards B. It's going to be a long rotation for them, but designed to try to hold now. Truck, he spots a second man, goes wide, finds the second for himself. Staying alive, buying the time for the rotation as well. 40 seconds remaining. There is the 4K already. The man's hunting for the ace right now. What a round from him. Just holding here from Truck.
Slows it back down. He does have control of the bomb, and MVP might actually make their way back down to that B bomb site and give them the opportunity. How's the timing on that? Food held it for so long, but Zine goes aggressive for the 5-piece, and that's the ace. That is, my word, 5 of 6 kills? What?
Finally popping off just when it was needed. Impact frags is Zine's middle name. So that's 4 on the board on the CT side and only 2 behind eUnited now, managing to string 2 together and only losing 2 rifles as well. So once again, double op set up for MVP. We'll see if it works again. It did earlier on, but it's eUnited that need to make the move. You can see Vanity, he's down on the Deagle, just making sure he gets that extra utility on the belt. Nice placement of the nade as well, will damage Food and Cooper. And MVP just not wanting to hold aggressive at all the way back towards the A site, expecting a bust. And, well, if they're keeping track of the economy, they may be aware that it is I guess it's a mixed buy, but they're also aware that there's AKs now that the pre-fires have come out too. So information for free for MVP. Ooh. Oh, look at the timing there. Zeta's doing the jump spot, and the T's were ready and waiting for it as well. The timing just not favouring either team.
Not just yet, but eUnited have taken control of Con. That can cause problems at the best of times, but MVP not really fussed with it whatsoever. They just need to be careful not to overcommit to either side. Give each other a loose rotate if need be. HSK is going to go for the scope down in towards toilets, waiting for Cooper to go for the peak. Hasn't done so just yet. Still setting up for that A hit. If that's pretty much where they decide to go, which it looks like they are, Marky's just grabbed that bomb. Now mounting somewhat of an assault. Those smokes are now going to come over the top, and it's going to be called upon for Zion. He does have two members with him. HSK is going to be holding on the closer Optimus, and so is Zeta. They do go for the peak, and they've actually found the first frag, but no trade. There we go. Vanity finding one, but Zion so fast to make sure that there's nothing there. And 15 seconds left on the clock. They might not have enough time to make this work. HSK trying to go for an off angle. It's not going to happen. Zion goes for the peak. Food now going to try to stick, but it's Zeph that comes in with the frag. The time is dwindling down. Cooper finds the kill. He's going to have to go for the bomb plant. He just doesn't have enough time. He might have if he stuck that, but
He had enough time.
I think he had like 0.5 of a second more than what he needed, but I don't know whether he knew it.
And well, I think he knew it. I think he was just trying to make the play. He was trying to bait out the swing, and he thought he could take the fight, but unfortunately, MVP, they'd already left the fight. They'd already won the round in their minds, so they were running away. So very, very unfortunate. Odd situation. There was that ace from Zion from the previous round as well, but MVP on the little comeback now, 6-5, as eUnited are still just barely in the lead. But for how long, Cooper? He's got himself the AWP for this round, but everyone else just on upgraded pistols. Or mostly. You got a very funny looking Glock there. See what damage can be done. You got Cooper pre-scoped as well, just looking for an opening down over towards B, just working every angle he possibly can. C-Manic pre-scoped. And so that they don't hear you. They don't hear you.
Yeah, but so is a hard scope. They don't hear a hard scope, do they?
Whatever, you know. Ifs and buts.
It's the same. Just different sayings. Same but different, they say. Tell you what's not same but different. The buys. MVP. Fully flushed out. Maybe the FAMAS and UMP could be upgraded, but eUnited, they definitely need to upgrade a couple of things. And they might be given the chance to here. They do have 3 players on that A side. If they can actually make this work, they will be able to upgrade with those weaponry and maybe cause the upset. But HSK finding the kill onto Vanity. It's going to be Zion to swing wide now, being stuck between a rock and a hard place. But HSK coming back in for a third. And he won't be able to finish it off because Zeta steals it out. But that is a very nice hold on the CT side for MVP. And they bring it back to 6 apiece.
Tied game. Good to see. Neck and neck, keeping it close. And MVP, well, looks like they do want to close it out as fast as they possibly can. And here's that, 3-piece, whatever it was, from HSK. Almost the 4th, but Zeta's stolen that one. Terrible teammate. Some could say beautiful teamwork, but I don't know about that one. Anyway, here we are, eUnited once again looking for a change in the pace, trying to go aggressive into Monster in short, but that Molotov just diverting their route. Everyone, look at this. 3 men very aggressive at Monster already. HSK can't do a thing about it. Doesn't hit the flick in time. Utility going to be used, and Zeph can't pull his gun out. Gets some damage done, but it's not quite enough. Zeta just hiding on the bridge behind that smoke. It's Stacks trying to draw the attention, but Zeta's going to whiff. Can't deny the cross from the bomb carrier. Zion as well in a great position, and he can almost stop the bomb from going down. How is Cooper alive? I don't even know. The man has brought it to a 2v2 as Vanity's over in Con. This is such an odd position.
They could go for this right now. They could just stick the defuse because both members are well and truly out in the open. But Vanity finds the lineup on both of them. MVP thought that they were going to be able to gamble across towards short to go for that trade at the very least, but it doesn't work out. And that is a horrible misread, unfortunately, right down at the clutch. And eUnited win the 2v2. There's the pause coming out for MVP. just immediately they need to reset and maybe talk over what happened. Maybe some comms were going left, right and center, but it doesn't make a difference because that's another round for eUnited.
No, it was just a lack of information. They had no idea where that second man was. They were unaware that he wrapped back from Monster all the way to short. And, well, you know, the missed utility as well could have completely won the round for MVP. Nothing was going right for eUnited in that situation. It was just the fact that MVP made the decision to two-man push short, try to trade it out. Unfortunately, Vanity was there ready and waiting with a gun in hand, so the lineup happened and eUnited take that lead. So that is going to be a 7-6 scoreline at the moment as MVP figure out what they need to do. They're just going to go for the half by making sure that they can have as much money as possible heading into the final round of the half. And this is Zion just somehow working the angle. I don't know. I think it was, even if Cooper didn't jump half, ifs and buts, who cares?
Yeah.
Hindsight is bliss.
Certainly is, but I'll tell you what also is bliss is having some moments rest on the B bomb site, and MVP definitely haven't been given it, but HSK double dunks, and not only that, HSK, what is going on? Cooper, he manages to find one, he's brought it back to the 1 versus 4. They've only got the AK in hand because of the nade kill, and that was an absolute mental case of a 10 seconds for this round. Cooper gets double peaked, Stax finds the kill, a 2K in the round for him, and what has just happened, Mac?
Oh, that was just a free buy for MVP. eUnited decided, oh, you know, our anti-ecos are great when we rush, but MVP just reacting in time, going for the 4 or 5 man stack down towards the B site. It was a 4 man stack down on B. That was ridiculous. The read was too good, and eUnited, well, their strats have finally been adapted to. So MVP keeping it close at 7 apiece, but it will all rest on the second half for eUnited to close it out. Already, I guess seven rounds on the T side isn't too bad.
No, not at all. Especially when, you know, you're kind of comfortable on both. It's definitely a way to go. Zion at the moment actually is in a perfect position. HSK going to go for the peak, but he doesn't hit the shot. Oh, they've just checked his angle. Zion could have been an absolute pivotal point in that round, but he can't make it work. Zed has spotted Cooper out going over towards Optimus, so given the information, oh no, Marky's been caught out trying to spray and pray. Zeta finds another kill. Will he be able to deny the bomb plant? My word, that was just whiskers wide rather, and oh my word, both players finding the kill. Zeph now 1v1. He knows that Moose was over toward long, and Moose is making a fast rotate, but is it too little too late? Oh, Zeph's read it and out games Moose to finish with. The crosshair is on Zeph, and it's just not gonna be enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the first half done and dusted for map number 2. We're gonna go to a small break, but we'll be back with the second half. Don't go anywhere.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Baby, leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we won't ever know what we're after.
Well, very closely contested first half. Leaves pretty much nothing to the imagination. 8-7. And MVP are up the one round, arguably right toward the end as well. It was looking really good for eUnited to start with. It was 6-3 at one point, but we're underway. MVP swapped to the T side, and now this is where it all comes down to. Do or die for eUnited.
Before we get into the second half, let's just talk about the read. The recognition that, I think it was Moose, just completely left long, was going on the big play all the way through bathrooms at the end of the first half there, and Zeph was like, you know, bugger it, let's go. Stuck the defuse, got it off, and took MVP into the lead. So here we are into the second, and MVP now on that T side, heading over towards Monster, looking to punish any aggression from eUnited, who are getting very aggressive. 4 men down towards B, 2 pushing through short, and look, MVP, they've done their homework, because Cooper, he's going to be running straight in. And it's designed to fall down. Markey facing as well, but they've got the man advantage. They don't need to stay this aggressive. MVP almost with the punish, and they will group up. But they can't quite take Markey down. Looking to go for the rotation as well now. 2 men just clearing out Fountain, clearing out Playground. Looking just to show some face at long, but eUnited, you can see with the man advantage, they're happy just to play passive on site, similar to what MVP were doing when they were winning rounds in that first half. So Moose, he's got himself that smoke remaining as well, but no kit. So
yeah, no kit. And with MVP, they've got enough utility to actually make it onto a site relatively uncontested with the 2 smokes and Molotovs. So, you know, this is a really good chance for them to get the bomb down, play for the post plan, and push it into that 10-second, you know, right down to the wire. Markey's going to be able to spot out Zeta. If Zeta goes for that peak, but the double player toward Barrel, this is just going to be the switch and bait. They're just going to wait for Markey to fall. Being on 4 HP, they're going to think that it's open and Food's going to be there. Oh, how was the timing on that? Markey's decided to move behind, and that actually might kind of cause some problems. Foods gets forced out of the angle, drops down to 13 HP. Cooper can't get anything done, finally finds a kill. He's still alive, and Stax decides to go aggressive. It's all just aggression through smoke. Stax just can't get the kill. There's only 10 seconds left. He has to drop back and get that bomb plant down. Just going to be able to hold it, but no. Oh my word, Vanity peeking out a little bit too far. You can see though, Moose was going to be the insurance sitting back a bit deeper on low HP, but that came right down to the slippery slope at the end.
right to the end. The whole round taken up. Like, what was it, 4 seconds, 6 seconds at the end? Oh, that was so rough. Stax just had to make the call. He tried to tap the bomb, but the rush was coming in, and everything just crumbled for MVP after what was almost the greatest execute they could have done. Just that molly over towards Toxic with the hard read as well. Forced eUnited to face, but just could not get that bomb planted. Anyway, into the 17th we go, and the CT's looking for a very aggressive play over towards Fountain. Moose just holding W like a champion, sneaky as ever. But MVP, they've forgotten to leave spawn. Oh no, they've gone for the 4-man boost. HSK up here. What's going on? Just having a look at the view. 4 floors up. Couldn't find a thing. Didn't like it. He wants to rent a new place, so they're going to try to go over to Playground now. Lots of action as Vanity. He's going to get the 3-man spray down. 4 for the whole round. And eUnited take the lead 9-8.
Oh, that sucks for Moose so bad. He had the UMP up close for the farm. They didn't really have the means to fight him, but unfortunately, 1, Moose takes the first kill, and 2, the second kill that Vanity nearly got was taken down by a teammate. So he was all for nothing there, unfortunately. But regardless, that's a nice start for eUnited. They grabbed the first 2 rounds and quite somewhat convincingly. Grenades now brought up for MVP to try and stack across toward Fountain. They're just going to go off the back of that, and oh, wowzers. Cooper, if he'd been there a second earlier, it might have been a bit of trouble, but he's just going to go for the free farm, finds himself 4, and Vanity's going to be there for the clean up on the 5th. as eUnited reached double digits first.
Well, that's exactly what Cooper wanted, but does he go for the bonus round or does he grab that AWP? It looks like the bonus round's coming into play. Here's that mop-up, eco frags, stat padding at its greatest. You could see he was ready to get that 5th as well. Unfortunately, he was not able to get that ace. So, what a freak. 4 fast frags there. Where are they going to play with the MP9s? It looks like they're still going to go for the 4-man stack down towards B. Aggressive into short, looking for the information, but MVP making the call to go towards A. And there's only one man here to stop them, but the rotation will be coming out from Moose as well. Do they commit, though?
Well,
that's the question.
That's the problem right now because eUnited haven't shown at all. MVP have not met any sort of confrontation just yet, but eUnited have got so much control across towards B. Vanity gets fully blind, but they don't go off the back of it. And then the flash comes over from Moose, and Vanity finds 2. So anything you can do, I can definitely do better. And Vanity will clean up 3. It's gone horribly wrong for MVP. And it was such an important round. They could have kept it close, but it looks like eUnited might be able to run away with an 11th here.
Look, Vanity is an absolute gun on that AUG. He needs to pick it up more often, but Stacks and HSK taking a bit of damage apiece there. It's going to be Stacks finding the frag towards the A site, though. Food with one of these MP9s cutting off the rotation, and, well, both the Ts are at least softened up, so we'll see if Food makes a bit of noise. I think he's made some on the rotation down at Con there, but he is going to re-aggress, just trying to play the headshot angle. Oh, look at that. The timing not going to favour United at all. Moose just jumping for the information. Will he get the timing, though? There you go. Both of them spotted. Now there's the information going for the pre-fire, though. The push up towards Truck, and they're going to plant in the smoke, but it's not going to work out. Food on the flank as well. Just seasoning Stacksy boy, and that's going to be the 3-round lead now for eUnited.
Yeah, Food playing an instrumental role there, just sitting in toward Connor, not getting too antsy and trying to go for a kill. That was absolutely huge because even there, that's just ridiculous.
How did he got half of HSK down as well as the 3rd frag? That's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
that was a great hold.
I mean, a nice support flash from Moose, all things considered, but Vanity, like that's just a play and a half coming through. I'm just going to quickly touch on the Food play towards Con because the fact that he's there just means that there's no hard rotate. MVP just can't decide to throw a smoke on A, keep him there and run away. And at the same time, even though eUnited were going for the peaks over the top of default, they still weren't finding anything. There was no possible way for MVP to have made it down Con. So it's just the insurance claim coming through, and a 3-man advantage, a 3-round advantage rather, which will probably turn into a 4th at this point. It's not really looking that promising for MVP. However, we've seen them on the pistols before. They do have armor, they do have flashes. You don't want to write them off just yet.
Cooper still playing very aggressive, waiting for anyone to swing at the front of bathrooms. Is anyone going to do it, or are they going to catch him off guard as that smoke starts to fade? He's going to revive it, refresh it, find one before he falls off. So it's Moose with the AUG again, just causing this damage. Cooper close with the AWP. He can't connect this time, but he's got Moose here doing all the damage. USP to boot, and that is the 4-round lead for eUnited with a great hold over on the A side.
4-round lead and a 4K from Moose. That's exactly what you need. And now it's MVP that are staring down the exact same barrel that eUnited were on train. We could possibly be going to a 3rd just at this point. It's been way too close for comfort in the past too. And MVP are now back on that full buy. They have full utility. They have all the necessary equipment with AKs and AWPs and head armor and all the likes that you would want. And so do eUnited. So this is an critically important round that MVP win, mainly for the impact, rather, of the economy for eUnited.
The double AWP setup, though, will it work out? Cooper staying in a different position this time, posting on long, rather than just playing back on site. Vanity as well, he's been very dangerous with the AUG in hand, and he once again is going to, I guess, play on his own. Looking to hold that bathrooms control. Smoked off at the front of bathrooms, though. Ooh, getting lucky that Zeph's shot just went straight past his head, but there was a gap on the smoke, and he's going to try to abuse it, looking for the information. Aggressive on his own. Cooper still just holding for that peak at long, but this is so much information. And Zion, he went down earlier. But Marky's still up on the grey, and he's going to almost get a kill for free onto Zeta, but he repositions now. Trying to get more damage off. Zeph will cop some. Man advantage still for eUnited, and here is that flank coming in. Vanity with so much information, looking just to cut off the rotation back towards the A site as well. Just keeping MVP thinking, and look at this. 4 men down on towards B. No one holding that con control, but it won't really matter because Vanity's hit, and he will take that job.
Had MVP made that decision to go up con, it was a free A site. There was no one playing contact or anything, but it doesn't make a difference because the save is going to come through regardless, and they were never really looking to go for that, even to the point, once you see Vanity, I believe it was, who was behind, that just gives up all control. You just kind of put your hands in the air and go, well, we're not going to flush out onto B because eUnited are going to be waiting there. They're already set up for that, and at the same time, they're still going to be able to drop, so it's not the worst news. You know, Zion can rebuy into this and definitely make it worth their while. Rather, Zeta can rebuy into this if need be, but
the problem is right now for MVP is that eUnited have 2 players with over $10,000 in the bank after the buy.
Yep.
So,
and 1 player close to 10 and 2 players at 6. Like, it's any way you put this for MVP right now, it's not looking good.
No, definitely not. And once again, they are going to try to force their hand down to the B side, expecting Food to be in short potentially, but Food not going. Oh, he did connect. It was just onto the leg of Zion through the wall. Nice timing on the flash mark. He gets the line up. He only finds 2, though, as the trade comes out from Stacks. It's a 3v4 as they head into sight. Moose holding strong. Trying to get the trade eventually. Zeph here as well for the refrag. 12 HP remaining. Then he's going to get the headshot on the Vanity, biting off more than he can chew. Back to the 2v2 now as MVP. They don't want to commit to the B site. They still have a huge amount of time remaining in the round, though.
Double AWP set up for eUnited to use right now. And they've actually somewhat in a strange way stacked across toward A. And you still got Cooper aggressive, but he's watching down the line of Con, expecting that push to come on through. Hello, what? How does that not hit? Now they're going to be able to rotate back toward B because Food has no information on A, but it's all dependent on what Zeph decides to do. Oh, how is the timing on that? Zeph is going to get the bomb down. The information's going to come through. HSK is on his way back across toward A. He bought enough time. He bought enough distraction and attention to actually pull Food away. And now in a 2v2, yes, MVP are low, but the fact of the matter is they still have to make this work. They're a very long way away from that bomb. Cooper and Food both have a kit in hand. It's going to be the first peak coming through. Zeph hits the shot onto Cooper, and Food is left to try and pick up the pieces. He can't manage to do so, and Zeph will pick up the 4K.
3 of which were with, what, 12 HP or whatever he had. That was ridiculous. The fact that he's gone and done that, the hard wide swing for that 3rd kill off the back of what? It was a 2-man advantage for a moment there. Marky, he flashed, I swear, 4 of the players for MVP, just turning around at the right time, managing somehow to scrounge a trade back into the server. But MVP, look, they're keeping the map alive, at least. 9 rounds now on the board, 4 behind eUnited. Off the back of a great solo play from Zeph. Just, I don't even know how the timing worked. What? Is that a counter for that?
Did they just counter that?
I think so.
And it didn't
United
work.
with the 2000 IQ play, and they're going to be the ones to take the damage. I don't even know how HSK's even spotted that. Eyes of an eagle.
I'm really upset that Moose didn't hit that because that would have been. I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've seen that counted. Period. I don't think I've seen a stack that's purely meant to, like, purely designed to counter that because he was looking at him as well. Like, that's nuts. Anyway, let's move on from that. The excitement's dulled down because Moose isn't dead, but Stacks is. So they lose the man, well, not the man advantage. They lose any thought of an advantage. They now fall into the deficit. Not sure what Food and Marky were doing there, swapping orgs, but oh, it was Cooper. Oopsies. It was Cooper and Food. That would explain it.
He's just hungry. He said, Food, give me a little bit of your something, something. And Food did so, you know. Great teammates. But now it seems MVP, they've got full bathrooms control, but not long as Food is going to contest that early. And with that, it's going to make it very hard for MVP to get this bomb planted. Cooper here holding as well. They should be aware that there's 2 men, but fully blinded. Zeph, he's got the 2K onto site. Zion takes down Food on the trade eventually, so it's a 2v2 brought back from a man disadvantage. Great job from MVP to get to this position, but Moose is going to be spotted and tagged down to 10 HP. Can't quite spot anyone through the edge of the smoke, though. As Zion still playing on site. Molotov not forcing him out just yet, but his scope, his barrel rather, has been spotted, taking the 1v1 over towards Jump Up. But they aren't aware of Moose's position, and that is going to be brought back to the 1v1. Moose with just 10 HP. Sticking the bomb defuse is such a rough decision. Do you go for it? Do you bother? Zeta, he's not going to spot it. That smoke from the nade, it's not quite enough. Zeta, he gets the shot off, and that is 10 rounds for MVP, but wow. Everything just working out for MVP at the moment. eUnited cannot catch a break.
No, it's come down to the small clutches. Yeah, this is what I want to see. Look, he's looking at him. They're both looking at each other. That is 100% a counter for that boost. I can't believe it. MVP have actually made that call in the exact round that, rather eUnited make the call that in the exact round MVP have gone for that boost. And I know they've gone for it twice, but 2 rounds out of 8 is, pretty nutty. So with that, you can see Vanity really starting to break away from the pack. However, the damage is not that far off, Zeth and Marky even. The impacts have been pretty large from everyone across the board so far.
And it looks like the kills are definitely favouring eUnited, even though they're only the 3 rounds ahead. You can see that eUnited are definitely managing that economy better, trying to go for those saves, making sure as many of their players stay alive in inadvantageous situations, rather. But now we head into the 24th round. Stacks, he's forced to buy that UMP instead just to get that extra utility off, seeing if he can make a more aggressive play. Everyone getting aggressive all over the map at the moment. Short control favouring MVP. There's only 1 man down on B, though, as eUnited. They're making a play towards Fountain. 3-man setup, just covering Playground as well. And are MVP going to be expecting this? It seems that they are. Zeta in a good position to deny any aggression. Zeph as well. He has to make the right decisions here. Quite isolated, won't be able to make his way back into con safely.
I love this call from eUnited to actually change things up. It's the first time we've seen that kind of an aggressive play so early on. MVP are actually going to fake out across toward B, and that's going to cause the hard rotates, or at the very least, it's going to make the players go passive on towards A. And this is something that MVP have been doing without fault, and not really stressing about it either, which is that early utility, right? This is, the 2 maps that we've seen from MVP have both been confident in their utility usage early to try and cause somewhat of a kerfuffle. We'll say kerfuffle. That's a good enough word. But look at this from Vanity. Vanity is pushed straight through the smoke. Zeta hasn't spotted him.
No.
Oh no, he's giving himself away, and that is tilting off the face of the earth. However, MVP are going to go straight into the B-bomb site directly off the back of this. Zeph needs to be careful of that push through water, and he knows it as well. They're going to stick the bomb plant. They're going to be careful of the player jumping up, but HSK's there to trade out. Food manages to find one, but that's all done and dusted. Cooper's going to be forced to save. And MVP, I must admit, they're getting a little bit lucky with some of the timing, but they are playing out of their mind right now, and it is looking so nice.
Yeah, they're just hitting every single shot that matters. And it's putting rounds on the board, so looking at the economy for eUnited, saving the AWP will be, maybe a reviving factor as they head into the next round, but that's only if they keep it alive. Look at the back of Bank here. Cooper hasn't been spotted. A great spot to be trying to save economy. Those safes make you feel nice and safe up there. Not going to take too much damage, and not going to be spotted either as MVP. Try to clear out everything, but find absolutely nothing except the round, and that's what matters.
Exactly. And the thing is, this is what happened on Train as well, right?
Yeah.
There was a certain point in which MVP just started winning all of these important rounds. Like around that 10-8 kind of mark, they just started winning very important rounds on the back of 2v2s, 3v3s, 1v2s. All of those kind of things ended up accumulating to MVP taking control, and it's happening again. So eUnited need to be very careful.
And MVP changing up the momentum already, going into the B side, realizing that eUnited, they're going to be on a very rough buy. Marky with the Deagle, trying to get any damage done. We'll find one, but it's a 3-for-1. And that's almost the round done and dusted, but Moose is still alive, jumping up behind Default in the smoke, just causing some chaos, but HSK is here at the ready. And I thought that there might have been an opportunity for an upset there, but it's Vanity with the Deagle, no armor, and look, mainly, maybe a dream. We'll say maybe because it's a rough situation to be in. MVP, they did clear out Dirty Water though, so here's an AK, here's an angle, there's the frag, can he get the second? Almost finding the head, he's going to get it on the last bullet. Pulls out the Deagle in the 1v1, there's no kit in play, so he's got to make a move. It's Zine to try to deny him. He's going to stick it as well, but he doesn't have the time. Zine works the angle, he'll hit the shot. But great damage done by eUnited.
And how many times do you see that though?
Just,
but how many times do you see like a player not stick it when it's an eco or something, and the T side calls their bluff and doesn't go near the bomb, and all of a sudden like they could have defused the bomb and there would have been no problem. So that's, you know, I don't mind that call at all. He just sticks it knowing full well that that's pretty much the round done and dusted if he gets peeked on. And fortunately enough, Zion reads it like an absolute beast that he is, the librarian apparently. Wins out in a very important round yet again, but like you're saying, some serious damage done. And even just to the mindset of MVP, there are 1v3 with only a Deagle. Could be a little bit tilting, but MVP are now stacking up onto this B-bomb site. United too as well. They've got 3 players. Here comes the utility set over the top. Food manages to find the first. Marky as well, going to add one to the tally. He's holding onto the line. It's going to be the trades coming through. And that is a monstrous round from eUnited to shut MVP out.
Marky finally managing to connect those shots. He's been having a rough sort of situation, managing to find like maybe one before being traded out, but finally working out this time. So now, eUnited, 2 in the lead as MVP. They are going to go for the force buy. Their economy not the greatest. You've got the UMP there on stacks. Oh, it's not really a force buy. It's just it could be better buy.
Yeah.
Could be slightly better.
Only slightly with like $800, right? Like,
yeah,
that's the difference, but a difference that might make a huge impact. Unfortunately, not this time, and eUnited have possibly the best chance that they will have for quite some time to close it out right now. They're sitting 12-14, nice and warm and cozy on that round loss bonus as well. And they've got 3 rounds to play with until MVP make it to 15, and they've only got 2 to find to win it. And that's the main point, is the comfortability. Hello, HSK. That's a bit of a gamer angle.
Vanity looking to get some damage off through the wall there as well. Manages just to barely connect onto stacks. But is it enough? MVP just letting this timer tick down. Just not showing face anywhere, so eUnited happy to hold. Cooper still at long, waiting for anything to happen, anything to show face. Long control will be held by eUnited, and that'll be great for the retake. Great for the defense on the A side as well. We saw it earlier on in the half, but we'll see if it happens again. The boost coming out from HSK. Can he work the angle? Oh, look at that. He spots the jump peak, tries to reposition. I don't think HSK was spotted, but they're running out of time. They need to make a move. Look at this Cooper as well. He's wrapping around behind him, hearing all the information. The rotate's coming out, and here we are. Cooper finds the first, and now MVP are aware of his position, but they've only got 10 seconds to put the bomb on the ground. Moose holding strong, finds the first, but it's going to be stuck. HSK gets it down. Zep with the cover, finding the 2K. What a round so far. Back to the 3v3, and now it's eUnited who have to try to play for the retake, but Cooper, he is aware that someone's close. Is he, though? I don't even know.
No, it doesn't make a difference. HSK's just put the nail in the coffin for the round. He finds a double kill on the back of that AWP play, and it's coming right down to the wire, Mac, for eUnited. If they lose this, they are booking their plane ticket home back to NA. And you've got to feel for them, because they've played incredibly well so far on Overpass, and incredibly well in general. You know, they 13-16 against NIP is no small task at all. And so, you know, they're definitely here to play. The problem is they need to close this out. They cannot allow MVP to gain 1, any more confidence, and 2, any more rounds.
Oh, and that should have been a shot connected from Vanity. Unfortunately, just gets no damage done. CS just one of those games sometimes. Crosshair placement looked good. Unfortunately, nothing came of it. Zion, though, expecting this aggression, finds the first eUnited. They're trying to make plays. They're trying to get map control. They're trying to find kills and guns and everything at the moment, but nothing working in their favor here in the 28th round. MVP looking good with the 2-man advantage now. There's still that scout alive on Vanity as well as some pistols. But a lot of information about to be gained by Cooper as he pushes through Con. But will he make his move in time? The T seem to be aware of a potential flank to come in, but they are just going to stay together, look to trade it out, and just play as smart, well, as intelligently as they possibly can.
That scout, that's the entry that they need. Every time he tags someone up here, it makes their job so much harder, but unfortunately, Moose can't get anything done, and he's managed to tag 2 players. That could have been huge in the scheme of things had that player on site, had Moose have been able to find a kill, because it would have slowed things down. It might have turned the tables a little bit, but 14-14, we are going the full regulation in map number 2 right now. I'm getting a little bit worried for eUnited. Look at the performance that Vanity is putting in, and it's still not enough right now.
I don't even know what to say. It's a tied game, but look at both sides of the scoreboard. We said it before, and I'll say it again. eUnited just have so many more kills, but they just don't have so many more rounds. MVP just deciding to die a lot more than eUnited. But whatever they're doing seems to be working as we are neck and neck, looking like we have to go all the way to the end of regulation. And Manic, is this going to be the first overtime we see today?
I think it is. I think this will be the first overtime because, well, to be honest, maybe not. If eUnited have forced back into this, right, if they don't make this work, their next round is going to be $3,600 to buy with.
If eUnited win this round, I reckon we're going to overtime. If MVP win it, then MVP win it.
Yep.
Looking at the economy, eUnited by next round is going to be in the bin, as will eUnited. you know?
Yep.
No recycling here, all the way home to NA.
No, it's the pivot point. It is the do-or-die round in the do-or-die match, in the do-or-die bracket. It is now or never for eUnited, whilst MVP are sitting pretty comfortable with that 1-map lead already. And, well, the fact that they've been able to bring it back when eUnited were looking like 13-8, 13-9, I think it was at one point. So, definitely the ball has slipped a little bit, but you cannot discredit the fact that they're still in a good position to take this one.
Now the tone going to be set as eUnited. They tried to get aggressive early on, but they will fall back. Just looking to go for that passive gameplay boost over towards short as well. No one pushing in from MVP. They're happy just to stay silent. Going for the jump peek over towards long, trying to draw any attention there, but Cooper not going to be there this time. He's over towards Sandwich, just posting on at the top of Con, waiting for some Con aggression from MVP. And that might eventually happen. Stacks, he's down on 76 HP, but he's solo, so there's no real trade potential unless he can get the timing on to Cooper. But MVP happy just to push up long. Might try to work their way to the A side eventually. It seems to be their current goal. Vanity wants to jump for info. That smoke just denying him so much information. There's only 2 CTs up on the site, but a third very close, being Cooper, who has full control of bathrooms, and if they keep it as well, that's going to be so easy for them to retake on the A site.
Oh, those flashes that Zines thought he sold across toward B were nothing because Marky was up on the crate. This could be it for eUnited if they can't manage to hold this. There's so much utility going down on that A site. They might be able to get on and capitalize on it, but they need to make it work right now. Zed, does he find the frag? He can't get past Moose, but Zed is there for the trade. The boost up over the smoke has given them nothing, no knowledge, no information, but they might just push through this dry. They've still got time to work with. They don't need to rush this, but look at the damage being done by the grenade. Stacks is going to be pushed out into the open. He finds the double. He finds the wall, the shot through the wall. And Marky, he manages the trade with the Molotov from the death, but Vanity can't get anything done, and that might be it. eUnited might be booking themselves the ticket home.
That was disgusting, but one of the best spray transfers I've seen today so far. Look at this. Stacks just happy to go for the wall bang. and he will fall to the Molotov, but what a play, what a round-changing little spray. And that is the lead. MVP taking a 15th round, and now look at that. 2 SMGs and 2 FAMASes and an M4, light utility, no sniper rifles for any of the gamers here on eUnited, but they still could pull this round off to make it to overtime. At the moment, we are going to see sort of 1 in con, 1 holding bathrooms, 3 down towards B, hoping that MVP do push into the stack, but at the moment MVP once again just going to just use their fundamentals, clear things slowly, making sure they get a bit of map control before they decide where they want to go. And once again, they're going to go to long, so we might end up at A again.
Definitely putting out the feelers nice and early, MVP, and we've seen this kind of a default spread from them quite often. They tend to keep that player in Zion deep on B, and he seems to be the flanker more often than not, right? He's always roaming around on the other side when MVP is starting to make a path for themselves on their main point of contention. Stax is now going to move across toward that A site. Zion going to be trying to sell again the fake across toward B. This time it might work out a little bit better, but the flashes are coming over the top. Is it too little too late? Cooper's been caught out down to 2 HP. And now with that MVP, they are going to flush onto this A site.
And the hard rotation from eUnited, but I still want to see what Zion's doing. He's just going to rotate safely. The action's up on A. It's Zeta who can't get it done. It's Moose with all the damage. He's still alive, just barely 3k for him. The savior of eUnited. Vanity as well expecting that flank. And now it's stacked with 18 HP in a 1v3. And Manic, I hate to say it, but I also love to say it. We have more action planned ahead of us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime.
OT. Baby, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to see right now, because there's only one way for MVP to actually knock out eUnited, and that is the closely contested overpass. And right now, it's pretty much thrown everything but the kitchen sink to us, and I'm enjoying this. eUnited have held their own, but also MVP. This is a very strong performance. Now, it's going to be 16k, which means both teams can pretty much buy the entire time of OT, which means that we're going to get high-octane action, and only the best will come out on top.
Almost every round you'll be able to see that double off set up, even if you're losing as well. But Cooper just shot over that smoke, not aware that he was completely out in the open. Stacks with the eyes of an eagle. Vanity, though, not going to be spotted just yet, but Condor has been opened. MVP, they aren't reacting at all. How is Vanity still in this position? How is he not being checked? He gets some damage done, but he is going to be shut down. Zion there doing the honours. Food on the double up will get a trade, finding HSK, so they're 1-for-1, but the man advantage still favouring MVP. Moose here is not going to see a thing, fully blinded by that flash. Great use of utility from MVP. They've got the 2-man advantage. Can they shut this first round of overtime out? I think that they should, and there's no reason for eUnited not to go for this round.
Yeah, they have to invest. And again, like you're saying, the double orb setup can even be bought twice in this best of in the 3 rounds that come through. Look at that from Zeta and Zeph. Like, MVP, when the full buy comes in, when it's time to step up, they keep 4 players alive and completely demolish eUnited. And I love this because, like, Moose is holding there hoping that they just don't really push onto that site there, and you can understand the theory behind it, but that's just so well played from MVP to design that flash to check there. Like,
it was more so a musical statue situation. You know, the music stopped, don't move, hope that they don't see you moving, and
maybe
they saw you anyway. So it didn't really work, but you had to do something in that situation. And once again, the aggression all the way to Fountain. Moose, look, he got shut down so early last round, but this time he is here for redemption.
Oh, the worst part about that redemption for MVP, no trade. They don't have any control across toward B. They had all their players by Fountain and not one could trade. And the best part for eUnited was Cooper was there to support. So if something happened, they still had 2 players that were ready to take that fight. HSK is going to be forcing the issue across toward A as well. All slows down for a second. MVP just going to go straight into B here. I don't think that they're going to give eUnited any time to set up here. No time to relax, and Marky's been able to spot the gun. That's going to be Zeph finding the opening. Okay, that's fairly decent. And with that, Food can't hit the shot. He has to back away. But Zion hasn't gone to the bomb site yet. Zeph finds another opening.
he is popping off every time when it's needed most. This man's been so sharp today, and he's potentially going to clutch this round out as well. They are aware of Food's position. He's taking the shot. Zeph wants to go for the swing. Oh, there's another kill for him, and it's brought back to the 2v2. Cooper, he's only got 23 HP, and now eUnited, they have to set up for the retake. They have to get this round, or MVP may just run away with it in the first half. And Zeph with the spray down. He gets the 4K. What a round from this man for MVP to put a 17th up on the board.
Zeph has been the striking force of MVP this entire best of 3. You think back to Train, you cast your mind back to T-side Train. The openings he was finding time and time again on that B bomb site. And again, he's doing it on B bomb site, on Overpass in overtime at the most important moment.
At a 2-man disadvantage.
At a 2-man disadvantage, Mac. Like,
that's marvelous.
He is absolutely frothing every moment of this right now, and this might be a warning sign for people coming up against MVP in the future, because by goodness, they are really putting the pressure back on. Cooper, though, goes aggressive through the smoke, can only find one. That could have been huge, but still the full buy for eUnited once again. They're still calm, they're still collected, and they will prepare for this action.
Oh my God, Vanity, it looked like he had the timing there, but HSK reacts just at the right point. So back to a 3v3 we're brought as Moose is now solo up on the A site. Can he hold this time? Can he cover his eyes as the flashes start to rain in? If they start to rain in. Throwing that smoke nice and early, trying to buy some time. Oh, he hasn't spotted HSK up there as he's gone for the jump peak. Rotation from Food as well, so there's 2 men up towards A now, just expecting the A hit to come in. MVP hasn't been spotted for a while. Now it's Marky here at Truck, and is he going to be blinded? No, but he will be mollied out. Very far back, but he can use this as some cover. It's Moose to hold. There's the bomb. That's almost the round, but Zeta and Zion, the double X's, just putting in the work, and Food, he's going to stay quiet on the rotation, but Zion here with the cover. Bomb gets planted. Not biting the pole that he can chew, but the AWP.
He's seen him.
Oh no,
he spotted him. Oh, Food, my word. That was so close. Not only did he find that kill previous to that, but in that single scope, he spotted the second member. That couldn't have been any better on a retake with an AWP up against 2 AKs. That was way too close for comfort. We now swap sides, MVP back on CT side, the side that they won as well. It's magnificent.
I have a feeling that that's the game.
Yep.
I have a silent feeling because eUnited, look, they've dug deep. They have played astronomically today.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it just isn't enough to take down MVP, who just keep on having everything work in their favour. And we'll see if it happens again in the second half of overtime number 1. Dare I say we go to number 2. I don't think it's going to happen as MVP. All 3 T rounds off the back of some crazy plays.
Well, that's the thing. MVP now have 3 rounds to make this work. It's not like they have to try and claw it back and, you know, they're missing a round. They've got 3 rounds to win this. And I don't know about you, but statistics might be a little bit skewed with 3 rounds for MVP. That is more than enough than what they need. They might only need the 1, but eUnited, they're still holding their own. HSK holds onto the line. He's now being caught out over towards Fountain, being aggressive and party, but he doesn't actually find anything more than the 1. That would have been a little bit crazy had he have, but again, it's brought back for Zeth and Stacks with 1:15 left on the clock.
Man advantage for eUnited, but that hasn't really helped him out, especially in the previous half. Vanity expecting someone to be on the other side of that door, waiting for any aggression, knowing that MVP will be trying to make a play to even up the men on the map. But Stacks pre-scoped, just slowly but surely clearing out toilets here. Making his way through, but look at this. Ready and waiting, Moose. Oh, either side of the corner, no one spotting a thing. And eventually, Stacks will go down. So it's now a 1v3, and look who's alive. It's your old mate, Zeph, coming in on the flank, taking the 1v1, and he's going to win it as well. 71 HP, and eUnited have enough time to go down to B if they want, but they will just stick the plant as Zeph looks for the retake. Oh, the timing just barely favouring eUnited.
How's the movement on Zeph to get in such an advantageous position so quickly? He's got to find the crossfire here. He needs to isolate the 1v1s. The second he makes contact, they will swing, but it won't matter. Marky, he doesn't need to worry about his teammate. He's going to close it out and give eUnited another chance. I feel like at that point, when you see Zeph left in the server, you're like, no, please no. Like, God, don't do this to me. Anyway, 2 rounds for eUnited at this point. That's all that's left in second half to bring this back and force us to a second OT. Mac, you said you didn't think it was possible. I said I didn't think it was possible. But eUnited are not giving up without a fight.
They've still got 2 big rounds to go, and I don't think MVP are going to play it as aggressively as they did in the previous. They did that just to try to close it out, try to ride that momentum that they had, and now they are going to stay passive, you know, just more disciplined and waiting to punish the aggression of eUnited, who are also playing passive, expecting MVP to stay aggressive yet again. So both teams just trying to outplay one another, as you know you would expect. Everyone using up as much of their strat book as possible by the time it gets to overtime. So we might see some trick plays, some gimmicky plays as well, but nothing too unstructured coming out from either team just yet.
Geez, a lull in the action. That's probably the first time we've had a small moment to breathe for about 10 rounds, I'd say.
Wait, you breathed?
Yeah, I know, right?
I didn't.
It's been a clenching match overall, and there's food opening up onto Zeph, who got a little bit too aggressive to try and find some information, but no reaction from MVP just yet. Zion's getting a little bit more aggressive, though. I feel like MVP are starting to get a little bit antsy. They're not settled on this CT side. They're still playing like they're on T, and they're still trying to take the fight to eUnited, but this could be a huge mistake. Yeah,
the fact that eUnited are going to go and take, what is it, a 2v5 on the B site is probably going to win them the round.
You'd hope so. Stacks can't get anything done, and that should be the deal sealer. MVP, even though you don't need to save, it's pretty much at that point, isn't it? It's like, well, you know, what good is there? I mean, HSK has next to no money, Stacks as well, so yeah, technically they kind of have to save for this last round, and this has been very tightly contested, and eUnited, what a read from them, though.
Yeah, and that's what happens, though. The economy, when you go for those double op setups in overtime, it can whittle it away, even if you do have 16k at the start of it. So very unfortunate there for MVP. They should be able to get a 4x off in the next, even if they did lose all the guns here. So it's more important for them to save the AWP more so than anything else. You see Zion and Zeta with 6k in the bank. Even after the loss here, they can drop those AWPs too. So it doesn't really matter. They probably could have at least tried to do something in this round rather than just sit up on the A site. But the 1v5 down on B, it just did not work at all. Stacks, just no tells given to him. He couldn't make the call. He couldn't say, eUnited are sending 5 men in on me. What do I do, daddy? It was like a, you know, that's it. I'm dusted. See you later. See you next round.
Ciao, ciao. There was no chance. There was no moment in which MVP could even make a play there. Like, before they blinked, the entire eUnited squad was all over him. Like, flies on poop.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
anyway.
So I had to make something happen there, and that's just the first thing that came to mind.
That was a pretty stinky reference, but we are going to move on. eUnited not just going too aggressive yet. MVP once again might be forced to make the first move, even though it's eUnited's job here as the T side to make that first move. So we are going to see 3 men down towards B early on. eUnited starting to take a bit of monster control, but not doing anything to bait out the utility. MVP might just be using it too early. We'll see. They don't want to be contacted on. They don't want to get caught off guard again, as it happened in the last.
I have a theory. Zeph's just using all his utilities so he can just focus on aim.
That's it.
That's my thought right there. Like, there's no other reason to be using that utility so early. So I reckon that's what it is. Zeph's like, you know what? I'm flushing everything out. I'm going for raw aim.
He doesn't want to be caught off guard with anything but that gun in his hands. So not the worst idea. But now we are going to see that bomb rotating up towards A. Slowly but surely. 30 seconds remaining. And if MVP, they keep this stack, or are they going to send Zeta up? HSK just looking for information, but nothing there just yet. And surely, with the use of the final bits of utility over towards A, they will buy themselves enough time. Molotov comes out as well as the smoke, but it's Vanity looking to push through. Here we go, utility busting.
I'm waiting for that. And unfortunately, Side doesn't get anything for it. HSK will be able to take him down. Zeta as well. On the site, nice and fast. There's no time left, but they're just going to be able to get the bomb down. MVP have gone for this right now. The bomb is not down. And Cooper, can he hit the shot? There's a second left on the clock, and he just can't make it work. MVP will win the round on the back of the timing. They were right next to each other.